Okay. We're back. Let's go. Fucking. Oh, champ. He's a bloody statue. It's a dead lady. Why me? Can't get caught. Not like this. I've got to find someone to pin this on. Someone like him. I'll make it look like he did it. August 3rd, 9:47 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. Boy, am I nervous. Right? Booba. Oh, hiya, Chief. Ooh, glad I made it on time. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. It says a lot about you, and your client as well. Thanks. Actually, it's because I owe him a favor. A favor? You mean you knew oh, fuck. You mean you knew the defendant before this case? Yes. Conflict of interest. Actually, I kind of owe my current job to him. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney. Well. Okay, I can't read shit. Well, that's news to me. I want to help him out any way I can. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much. It's over. My life. Everything. It's all over. Is that your client screaming over there? Yeah, it's him. Death. Despair. Ah. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna die. It sounds like he wants to die. Yeah. Nick. Hey there, Larry. Dude, I'm so guilty. Tell them I'm guilty. Give me the death sentence. I ain't afraid to die. Fucking same, Larry. Fucking same. It's all over. I'm finished. I'm finished. I can't live in a world without her, I can't. Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? Oh, Nick, you gotta tell me. Who took my baby away? The person responsible for your girlfriend's death? The newspaper says it was you. My name is Phoenix Wright. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her. Larry Butts, my best friend since grade school. Our school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the butts. In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself into trouble. One thing I can say, though, it's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck. But I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart. That, and I owe him one. Which is why I took the case. To clear his name. And that's just what I'm gonna do. August 3rd, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 2. court. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butts. Oh, that's a good question. How am I going to do it? The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Ahem. Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it not? Yes. Yes, Your Honor. I'm, a little nervous. Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you can control your nerves. Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness. Yes, Your Honor. Mom spaghetti. The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. Please state the name of the defendant in this case. It is Mia Fey. The defendant? Well, that's Larry Butts, Your Honor. Correct. Just keep your wits about you and you'll be fine. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me, what's the victim's name? You don't even know the victim's name? Oh, the victim. Of course I know the victim's name. I just forgot. Temporarily. I think I feel a migraine coming on. Look, the victim's name is listed on the court record. Cindy Crawford. I beat you to what? Remember to check it often. Do it for me, please. I'm begging you. Mr. Wright, who is the victim in this case? The victim's name is Cindy Stone. Correct. Now tell me, what was the cause of death? She died because she was... blood due to blunt trauma, yes. She was poisoned, Your Honor. Poisoned by the effects of gravity. Correct. You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you. Thank you, Your Honor. Because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure. Well then. First, a question for the prosecution. Mr. Payne? Yes, Your Honor. As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court just what that object was? Wink, wink. The murder weapon was the statue of the Thinker. It was found lying on the floor next to the victim. I see. The court accepts it into evidence. Where's the 24-hour period for us to examine the evidence? Yes, yes. It's rather heavy. A statue in the shape of the Thinker. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness. The prosecution calls the defendant Mr. Butts to the stand. Chief, what do I do now? Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help you in your client's case. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate. Uh-oh. Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad. Almost almost as bad as the Japanese court system. Ahem. Mr. Butts, is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you? Hey, watch it, buddy. They were great together. We were Romeo, Juliet, Cleopatra, and Mark Anthony. Didn't they all die? I wasn't dumped. She just wasn't taking my phone calls or seeing me ever. What's it to you anyway? Mr. Butts, what you describe is generally what we mean by dumped. In fact, she had completely abandoned you and was seeing other men. She had just returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder. What do you... What is that? Lies! All of it! Lies! I don't believe a word of it. Your Honor, the victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died. Passport added to the court record. Indeed, she appears to have returned the day before the murder. Dude, no way. The victim was a model, but did not have a large income. It appears that she had several sugar daddies. Daddies? Sugar? Yes, older men who gave her money and gifts. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle. Dude, we can clearly see what kind of woman this Miss Stone was. Tell me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her now? Right. I don't think you want him to answer that question. Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Should I stop him from answering? My client had no idea the victim was seeing other men. The question is irrelevant to this case. Oof, who wins? Dude, Nick, what do you mean irrelevant? That cheating she-dog? I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna drop dead. And when I meet her in the afterlife, I'm going to get to the bottom of this. Let's continue with the trial, shall we? I believe the accused motive is clear to everyone. Yes, quite. Oof, not looking good. Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not? Oop. Well, did you or did you not? Well, maybe I did, maybe I didn't. Objection! Well then, we'll just have to remind you. We have a witness that can prove he did go to the victim's apartment that day. Well, that simplifies the matter. Who is your witness? The man who found the victim's body just before making the gruesome discovery. He saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime. Order. Order in the courtroom. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call us a witness. Yes, Your Honor. This is bad. On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank Sawit to the stand. Mr. Sawit, you sell newspaper subscriptions, is this correct? Oh yes, newspapers, yes. Mr. Sawit, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw the other day on the day of the murder, that day in witness account. I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it's strange, I looked inside the apartment. And then I saw her, lying there, a woman, not moving, dead. I quailed and frightened, found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly, 1 p.m. The man who ran away was without a doubt the defendant, sitting right over there. Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against testimony like that. Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working? Your Honor, at the time of the murder there was blackout in the building. Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout? Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Sawit used was one of those, Your Honor. I have a record of the blackout for your perusal. Blackout record. Electricity to Mrs. Stone building was out from noon to 6 p.m. on the day of the crime. Now, Mr. Wright? Yes, yes, Your Honor? You may begin your cross-examination. Did you pass the fucking bar exam? Alright, right. This is it. The real deal. What exactly am I supposed to do? Why, you exposed the lies in the testimony the witness just gave. Lies? What? He was lying? Your client is innocent, right? Then that witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is your client really guilty? How do I prove he's not? You hold the key. It's in the evidence. Compare the witness testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. First, find contradictions between the court records and the witness testimony. Then, once you've found the contradictory evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face. Lying in court is indeed illegal. Point out the contradictions in the testimony. Alright, so we got 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. There you go. And he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it's strange, I looked inside the apartment, then I saw him in here, and then not moving dead. Thought police knew, however, the phone in the apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and that phone. Exactly. Her autopsy. Time of death, 4 p.m. through 5 p.m. You found the body at 1 p.m.? You're sure? Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain. Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes the time of death at some time after 4 p.m. There was no body to find at 1 p.m. How do you explain this 3-hour gap? This is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time. After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Sawit, why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.? Gee, that's a really good question. Great job, Wait. Way to put him on the spot. Okay, I'm gonna stop with the fucking trying to do different voices. This is gonna kill me. It is good music. That's all you have to do. Point out contradictions. Lies always beget more lies. See through one whole story and their plot falls apart. Wait, I remember now. Except for the judges. Would you care to give your testimony again? The time of discovery. You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time was probably coming from the television. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a taped program. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding. I see. You heard a voice saying the time on a taped program. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Ooh, fucking rip. I've got this one. Yeah, it's really fucking simple. We found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time was probably coming from the television. What television? This record proves it? You couldn't have heard a television or video. Well, Irk, the defense has a point. A point? Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Sowit? No, I find it quite puzzling myself, quite. Wait, I remember now. Mr. Sowit, the court will prefer to hear accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility. That, and you seem rather distraught. My apologies, Your Honor. It must have been the shock of finding the body. Very well, Mr. Sowit. Let's hear your testimony once more, please. Actually, I didn't hear the time, I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw. You saw a clock. I guess that would explain it. The defense may cross-examine the witness. Gladly. Yep. Oh god, backspace. Saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon the killer used to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw. Nope. Let's present the murder weapon. You with your objections and your evidence. Just who do you think you are? Just answer the question, Mr. Sowit. Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock. Your Honor, if I may. Yes, Mr. Payne. As the witness stated, this statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch. You just tilt it and it says the time out loud. And it doesn't look like a clock. I submitted it as a statue. My apologies. I see. So the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with this testimony now? Your Honor, there is a gaping hole in the witness's testimony. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hands. Yet the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. Clearly, a contradiction. Indeed. The witness knew it was a clock because he went into the apartment. Day of the murder. Oh yeah? Prove it. Prove I went in there. I'll do better than that. I can prove you're the one who killed her. You struck her with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard. Fucking goddamn it. Order in the court? Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Sowit, the sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. The voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time. What's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture. Baseless? Just look at the witness's face. Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock? That day, I never looked at the clock. I heard, no, I mean, I saw. Go out. Shut up. I hate you. It was him, I tell you. I saw him. He killed her, and he should burn, and give him death. Order. Order in the court, I say. Your Honor, a moment, please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claims. Mr. Wright, Your Honor, you claim the sound the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence? I better think it through carefully. Your Honor, the sound Mr. Witt heard was definitely this clock, a fact which is clear if you simply try sounding the clock. I ask the court to listen very carefully. That certainly is a strange way to announce the time. Well, he is the thinker, after all. So we've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright? Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now? It's 11:25. Heck. As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between what Mr. Switt heard and the actual time of death. So, Mr. Switt, try to talk your way out of this one. You forgot one thing. No, what's he talking about now? Well, it may seem like the clock is running 3 hours slow. It proves nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you can't prove that, you don't have a case. How am I going to prove that? Damn it, I was so close. Mr. Wright, it seems you lack this critical evidence to support your claim. Yes, Your Honor. This means I cannot let you indict the witness. Unfortunately. This ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Switt. I'm all the way down here to testify, and look what happens. You treat me like a criminal. A criminal? You lawyers are all slime. I almost hate him. Sorry, Larry. I failed you. There's nothing I can do about it now. Not so fast, Mr. Switt. Chief. Listen, Wright. Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think. But, Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slow the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that. Well, yes. But that doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking outside the box. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason, and you'll have your proof. Right? Can you think of a reason why the clock would be 3 hours slow? Yeah, she was in Paris. Different time zone. Maybe I can prove it. You must have the evidence somewhere that can prove it, right? Find it, and let them have it. Well, Mr. Wright, you say the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim? Of course! There's a piece of evidence in the court record that proved my claim beyond a doubt. Tough words. Let's see you pull this one off. Let's see this evidence that proves why the clock was running slow. Boop. The victim had just returned home from abroad the day of the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. When it's 4 p.m. here, it's 1 a.m. the next day there. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast. What? I can't understand what you're saying. Please correct yourself. The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in her apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Switt? Or should I say, Mr. Did It? I remembered it. Oh, thank God he died of a heart attack. Or I figured it out myself, one or the other. I don't care. Well, this case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your witness. He was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor. Very well. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. I have to say I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly and find the true culprit at the same time. Thank you, Your Honor. At this point, this is only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts, not guilty. Why the fuck is there confetti? And with that, this court is adjourned. I have the yawns. It turns out that Frank Sweat was a common burglar. He posed as a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of the house. That day, when Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Sweat let himself in to do his dirty work. While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Sweat grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find. Why the fuck did she go inside her house? You know what? Fuck it. Free my boy, Mr. Sweat. She came at him. Self-defense. Like, yeah, I know he's a fucking burglar, but you know what? She came charging at him, so fuck it. Free my boy, Mr. Sweat. He didn't do a thing wrong. I still can't believe we won. Neither can I. Right. Good job in there. Congratulations. Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you, Booba. Not at all. Not at all. You fought your own battles in there. It's been a while since I've seen the trial end on such a satisfying note. I've never seen the Chief looking this perky. If she's this glad, imagine how Larry must feel. My life is over. Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now? Oh, Nick. Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon. Good. Wait, no. I mean, bad. Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed. But my Cindy Windy... Oh, fuck you. Alright, can we go back and get him charged? Alright, but my Cindy Windy's gone forever, man. Gone forever. Larry, she was a... never mind. Congrats, Harry. Harry? Yes, you. You can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butts innocent. Thanks. I really owe you one. I won't forget this. Ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner? Movie? My treat? Oh no, I couldn't. Hey, I was the one who got you off the hook. Oh, hey. Here, take this. It's a present. A present? For me? Wait, wasn't this evidence that... Actually, I made this clock for her. I made one for her and one for me. You made this? Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento. I'm the one who did the hard work, you fucking bastard. Give me the fucking copy of the murder weapon. Can you believe it? I was so into that chick, and she was just playing me for a fool. Don't that make you want to just cry? Larry. Are you so sure? Excuse me? I think she's thought quite a lot of you, in her own way. Nah, you don't gotta sympathize with me. It's okay. Oh, I'm not just sympathizing. Really? Isn't that right, Ray? Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him? Huh? Oh, yeah, right. What the heck is she talking about? Took it with her when she traveled. Whatever, she probably just needed a clock, that's all. You think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to take traveling. Well, make of it what you will. Hey, Nick, I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Really? I am, thanks. Right. I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Also, hopefully you realize things change depending on how you look at them. People too. We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. All we can do is believe in them. And in order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. Right, listen, learn, grow stronger. Never let go of what you believe in. Never. Well, I think our work here is done. Shall we be off? Yeah, guess so. Say, how about dinner? On me. Yeah, this is how lawyers work. You just gotta believe in yourself and believe in your client, and you know, it'll just all work out in the end. The power of friendship and the power of confidence. That's how you win in the courtroom, which, depressingly so, is kind of partially fucking true. If a lawyer is very confident and competent, they can run a fucking sob story on the goddamn jury and turn them into a bunch of sniveling babies who let murderers get off the hook because he was very good at lying about the fact that, lying about the not real fact that a certain someone who murdered her own child, was allegedly molested as a child, even though she never bring this up before, at all, in her life. At any point, she just tried to make up some bullshit to get away with murdering her child, and she did. She did. Fucking... because that fucking lawyer just knew how to spin a goddamn sob story. It's fucking hilarious, even. I mean, it's not hilarious. It's a complete failure of the justice system that, you know, somebody who was clearly guilty, like, at that point when he started weaving that sob story, the jury and everyone in the courtroom understood that she was guilty. She did it. She murdered her child. She put duct tape over her mouth, suffocated her, and let her body rot in the trunk of her car before finally dumping it. Also, she could go out and live a party girl lifestyle. That was fucking dope. That was a good movie. Anyway, I am streaming, by the way. I don't care. I haven't said any names. Can't be held in contempt. But yeah. Killed her own child, got off scot-free. Well, not scot-free, but I think the biggest fucking thing that should have just got her straight up executed is while she was on trial, she got bail and was let out of the county prison she was staying at, and then she went and got knocked up with another child. And at that point, it's just like, fucking execute this person, please. Like, while on trial for the murder of her first child, she went and got knocked up with a second child. Astounding. Anyway, back to a strangely similar courtroom system, just minus a jury of peers. It is not a smart tactic, it is deplorable. One might even say heinous. We'll drink a toast to innocent butts. Yeah! Oh, speaking of Harry, you were saying part of why you became a lawyer was because of him. Yeah, part at least. You'll have to tell me more about it sometimes. Maybe over drinks? Boy, Miss Perky, you are really coming on to me. And so my first trial came to a close, and something else opened. A relationship. Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends, but I'm pretty sure he's not going to pay us, unless you count the clock he gave me." I didn't know it then, but that clock was soon going to be at the center of another incident, and my promise to tell the chief about me and Larry would be one promise that I wouldn't be able to keep. The end. Well, this was a good game, guys. I'm really glad I'm really glad I went ahead and played it. She was laying it quite thickly. Like, quite thickly. Okay, well, we're basically through the tutorial now. And you know what? I'm tired. I'm going to call it here. We'll do more of this tomorrow. And I will do more of it tomorrow. But I'm also calling it because I'm only streaming this for one person. Well, I'm only streaming this because of one person, and that person didn't even bother to show up. So before I actually get into the actual game, I'm going to go ahead and call it. It's a good tutorial. This is not how court works. This is not how any court works. This is not how any court should work. The victim testimony, the witness testimony, all of that. Not how it works. Peace.